Hello, welcome to a course on dynamics and mechanism design. This lecture is on module 1 geometry of motion and is an introduction to mechanism. The course overview: 4 credits are allotted for this course, and the course outcomes, that is at the end of the course the student will be able to apply the tools of analytical dynamics with the main goal of developing mathematical models that describe the dynamics of systems of rigid bodies. Formulate equations of motion for complicated mechanical systems, linkages for solving these equations. Thirdly, understand multi-body dynamics in mechanical engineering design. The course syllabus has 5 modules, each containing 2 chapters. In module 1, we have geometry of motion and kinematic analysis of plane mechanisms. Module 2, generalized principles of dynamics and Lagrange's equation. Module 3, synthesis of linkages and motion generation. Module 4, graphical methods of dimensional synthesis and analytical methods of dimensional synthesis. Module 5, system dynamics and spatial mechanisms. The books that can be referred for this course are Theory of Machines and Mechanism by J.E. Shigley, McGraw-Hill publication. Dynamics and Design of Machinery, K.J. Waldron and G.L. Kinzel, Ville India publication. Theory of Machines by S.S. Ratan, McGraw-Hill publication. Let us understand what is mechanics. Mechanics is classified into kinematics. Kinematics is a study related to the motion of a body, not considering the forces that are involved. Examples of motion are vibratory motion, linear motion, curvilinear motion, oscillatory motion, circular motion, and rotary motion. The second category of mechanics is dynamics, which is a study of motion of a body and also considering the forces that are involved during the motion. Examples of forces are friction force, spring force, magnetic force, tension, etc. So let us understand what is a mechanism. So mechanism is a collection of bodies that have relative motion between them. These bodies are so connected that they have a definite motion. The function of mechanism is to transmit and modify motion. An example is shown where we have different bodies like the crank, connecting rod, piston and cylinder. These bodies are connected together. The rotary motion of the crank is transmitted and modified into reciprocatory motion of the piston. So the study of mechanism involves the analysis and synthesis of the mechanism. Analysis is the study of motions and forces of different parts of a mechanism, whereas synthesis is concerned with the design of different parts of mechanism. The mechanism terminology can be understood through a flow chart. Link or element are the basic building blocks of a mechanism. The different parts of which the mechanism is made up of are termed as a link or element. For example, crank is a link, connecting rod is a link, piston is a link, the cylinder is a link. These links are connected by means of joints to form kinematic pair. For example, link 1 and 2 are connected by means of a revolute joint. So link 2 revolves about link 1. Since they have relative motion with respect to one another, they form a kinematic pair. When a number of kinematic pairs are connected together, they form a kinematic chain. In this kinematic chain, if one link is fixed, we obtain a mechanism. A mechanism subjected to forces is termed as a machine. Now let us understand each of these terminologies in details. So link, which is also termed as a kinematic link or element, is a resistant body or a group of resistant bodies of a machine which have relative motion with respect to one another. A rigid body is one which does not deform when forces act on it, which means if 2 points on a body are considered, even after the application of forces, the distance between these points is not going to change. Such bodies are termed as rigid bodies. Resistant bodies, a body that deforms when force acts on it, but the deformation is a temporary deformation. Belt drive under tension is considered as a resistant body. Fluid in a hydraulic cylinder is considered as resistant body when under compression. Links are classified as binary link, ternary link, and quaternary link. The names are given based on the number of nodes provided on the link to connect with other links. Joints. Joints are classified as binary joints. So when 2 links are connected together, they form a binary joint. When 3 links are connected together, they form a ternary joint. 4 links connected together form a quaternary joint. And a quaternary joint is equivalent to 2 binary joints. Kinematic pair, a pair of links joined by a joint to have relative motion between them. Kinematic pairs are classified based on nature of contact as lower pair and higher pair. Based on nature of mechanical constraint, they are classified as closed pairs and unclosed pairs. Based on relative motion, they are classified as sliding pair, turning pair, rolling pair, screw pair, and spherical pairs. So lower pairs, a pair of links which have surface area contact between the members, is known as a lower pair. The contact surfaces of the 2 links are similar. Cylindrical bar in a bearing. Here we have a prismatic pair where a square bar is sliding in a square hole. A screw pair, cylindrical pair, spherical pair, and planar pair. So these pairs have surface contact between them. Higher pairs, these have line or point contact between the links. The contact surfaces of the links are dissimilar. Examples are wheel rolling on the surface, gears in mesh, ball and roller bearing, cam and follower. Based on mechanical constraint, they are classified as closed pairs. When elements are held together mechanically, it is termed as a closed pair. Here in the figure, A is an example of closed pair, where one body, that is the cam, is full solid and the follower is hollow or open. The follower encloses the cam, and these can be separated out only by complete destruction of either of the 2 links. Unclosed pairs, when 2 links have contact due to force of gravity or spring force, they form an unclosed pair. Figure B is an example of unclosed pair. Based on nature of relative motion, they are classified, kinematic pairs are classified based on nature of relative motion. Kinematic pairs are classified as sliding pairs. So the two links have relative sliding motion. Example is a prismatic bar sliding in a square hole. Turning pairs, the two links have relative revolving motion. A cylindrical bar rotating in a bearing. Rolling pair, the links in pair have relative rolling motion. So here the cylindrical bar, it has two motions. It can slide through the circular hole as well as it can rotate. Screw pair, the two mating links have turning and sliding motions relative to one another. Since the rotation of the screw results in its translation, these two motions, that is rotation and translation, are dependent, hence the degree of freedom of a screw pair is 1. Spherical pair, one link in the form of sphere turns inside a fixed link. So the spherical pair has 3 degrees of freedom, that is rotation about x, y and z axis. Kinematic chain, this is an assembly of links in which relative motions of the link is possible and the motion of each link relative to the other is definite. A non-kinematic chain has indefinite motions among the links. A redundant chain does not allow any motion of link relative to the other. The rotary motion of the crank will result in oscillation of the rocker link. In figure B, the rotary motion of the crank will result in reciprocation of the piston. Degrees of freedom are independent motions that a body can have. So if we consider a body which has no connections or a body in space, it can have translation in x, y and z directions, and it can rotate about x, y and z directions. So a body in space will have 6 degrees of freedom. So 6 degrees of freedom minus the number of constraints imposed on the body will give us the degree of freedom of a pair. So types of motion constraints. Completely constrained motion. The motion between two elements of a pair is in a definite direction, that is in one direction, irrespective of the direction of force applied. We have an example of a square bar sliding in a square hole. So it has only one motion, that is sliding motion. Rest other motions are constrained. Such a constrained motion is called as completely constrained. Incompletely constrained, the motion between two elements of a pair is in more than one direction and depends upon the direction of force applied. For example, a cylindrical bar rotating in a bearing. It can rotate, at the same time it can slide in the circular hole. So it is incompletely constrained motion. Successfully constrained motion, the motion between two elements of a pair is possible in more than one direction but restricted to one direction by external means. Example here, the cylindrical bar sliding and rotating in a circular hole. The sliding can be restricted by using a collar. Degrees of freedom of various kinematic pairs. In figure A, we have a pair of sphere and plane. So this sphere can translate in two directions and it can rotate in 3 directions. But the translation in the Z direction is restricted. So translatory motion is restricted. This falls under class 1 category of kinematic pairs. Figure B, we have a sphere inside a hollow cylinder. So it can translate in one direction and it can rotate in 3 directions. So the translatory motion in 2 direction is restricted. And cylinder on plane in figure C, translation in one direction is restricted and rotary motion in one direction is restricted. Sphere, here translation in all 3 directions are restricted. It can rotate in the 3 directions, so its degrees of freedom are 3. Sphere in slotted cylinder, the translatory motion in 2 directions is restricted and one rotary motion is restricted. Prism and plane pair, so one translation and 2 rotation motions are restricted. Slotted sphere, 3 translations and 1 rotation motion is restricted. In cylinder, here 2 translations and 2 rotations are restricted. Cylinder with collar, 3 translations and 2 rotations are constrained. A prismatic pair, 2 translations and 3 rotations are constrained. Degrees of freedom of various joints. Rolling contact without sliding, we have 2 links 1 and 2 and 2 slides on 1. Okay. Without sliding forms a lower pair. Okay. Hence the number of links are 2 and the degree of freedom is 1. The equivalent mechanism for this joint is shown here. Rolling sliding contact. Since sliding is permitted, slip is permitted, we have a higher pair. Hence 2 links, no lower pairs, 1 higher pair, the degree of freedom is 2. A equivalent mechanism is shown in this figure. Gear contact involving roll slide contact. We have 2 gears, gear 1 and 2 in mesh. These gears are rotating about a pivot which forms link 3. The pair between link 1 and 3 and the pair 2 and 3 are revolute pairs, hence they form lower pairs. The gear 1 and 2 in mesh form a higher pair. The degree of freedom of gear contact is 1. Equivalent mechanism is shown. Spring contact. We have 2 links, link 1 and 2, connected by means of spring. So spring contact does not form a lower pair, neither a higher pair. Yeah. Hence the degree of freedom is 3. A spring link is equivalent to 2 binary links. Equivalent mechanism is shown here. Belt pulley with no sliding contact and chain sprocket connection is shown. Yeah. With no sliding, a lower pair is formed and the degree of freedom of belt pulley arrangement is 1. Equivalent mechanism for this is shown. Planar, spherical and spatial mechanisms. In planar mechanism, all particles describe plane curves. These curves lie in parallel planes. Whereas in spherical mechanism, each link has some point that remains stationary during motion. These stationary points on all links lie at a common point. In spatial mechanisms, they have no restrictions on relative motion of a particle. Planar mechanism, the loci of all points are plane curves parallel to a common plane. Thus the motion transformation is coplanar. In spherical mechanism, the spherical surfaces defined by arbitrarily chosen points are all concentric. The particles in spatial mechanisms have loci of double curvature. The motions may be coplanar or concentric. Planar mechanism, the revolute pair axes are normal to the plane of motion. In spherical, linkages are constituted entirely of revolute pairs. And spatial mechanism, linkage containing a screw pair is a spatial mechanism. Planar mechanism, if a prismatic pair is in a planar mechanism, then the axes are parallel to the plane of motion. In spherical mechanism, the axes of all revolute pairs intersect at a point. Example of planar mechanism is 4-bar linkage, plate cam follower, slider crank mechanism. Spherical mechanism, Hooke's universal joint, example of spherical mechanism. Spatial mechanism is a universal set of planar mechanism and spherical mechanisms. The degree of freedom of planar mechanisms can be found by Grubler's criteria by using the formula 3n minus 1 minus 2p minus h, where n is number of links, p is number of lower pairs, and h is number of higher pairs. Whereas spatial mechanism, the degree of freedom can be obtained by 6 into n minus 1 minus 5j1 minus 4j2 minus 3j3 minus 2j4 minus 1j5. N is number of links, j1 is number of joints with 5 constraints, j2 is number of joints with 4 constraints, and so on.